And we're waiting for the Con Ed person to arrive again. So what we're going to do is go ahead and finish up this gremlin I started working on yesterday. And so pretty much I did some of the paint, but also I'm going to do some other modage parts as well. You see right here I have my Popeye. The screen fall down. You have my Popeye. I can make this better so it doesn't fall. Let's see, I have my Popeye that I've been working on for some time now. See, I put a little bit more details to him. He had a can of spinach. I'm going to give him a coat of seal, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of paint some more things and get it ready. I have my table set out here just in case, people want to buy something, and so, I have it right there to look at while I'm going to keep working on the creatures that I have currently available to me. So I'm going to go ahead and just fix up this gremlin here. I want to say good morning to everybody, and you know who I am. My name is Greg, and I do masking tape artwork. So what happens today, I'm going to be making some cool art and just doing some cool stuff. So in the meantime, what we're doing is this. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of angle the camera down. Oh no, I did it last time. I can't quite remember how I did it, but how I did it was pretty cool. Hello, good morning. Yes, so we're going to angle the camera down this way. And I think I had a different angle or something, but oh well. But do it like this. And set it up so that they can actually see what I'm doing and not look at me or my neighbors as they approach. Okay, so keep the angle. So just want to say good day to everybody. Put the brightness up a little bit. It's a nice day today. So let's go start this party. All right, so there you have it. First and foremost, it's been a good day. Not sure what kind of animal this is. Let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So, good morning to you. So, I guess right now the time is about 9:30 or something. And so, last time the person came around 10:30. I think it was 11 o'clock, 11 or 11:30 that they came. So, I'm ready for them this time. I'm going to see if I can paint up all these things and get these things all done. So, you're in for a treat today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go see how much I can do before they actually arrive. That's it. And then, so pretty much, that's it goes, And so, let's see how it goes. Alright, so you have this and this. Alright, and then you have this one there. Okay, so then for the most part though, what we're going to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and work on some more things. This. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the gremlin and getting it worked out. Alright, get it worked out. Let's just do that. Probably should put it over my shoulder. But I can't see the, stuff that's being said to me. So, alright, so anyway, so what happens is this. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and finish up working on this guy here. So let's go do that. So you came to see. So this guy here, I'm going to give him a nice paint job. While this paint's dry, I'm going to work on Modge Podge and the Popeye. Yes, let's do that. My paints I use. Paint brushes. Flex Paint, FX Paint, not a sponsor. Not yet. Water bottle? Alright. Get this party stored. Okay, now, last time I came so close to using the neon, but definitely, neon's close. I might use orange on him. Orange is a really cool color when you have the contrast with yellow. This one is super bright, so I mean, it's just the contrast between this orange and that orange is just a little too much. Let's see, for example, let's see if I can do it's the metallic orange, that's neon fusion. That'd be too bright. So find out in a second. So, how are you guys doing today? You come here to hear me talk, you come here to watch me paint. So paint I will. Alright, here goes this one. you guys even see him. It's my neighborhood. Looks like the position is better so it doesn't like, you know, this. I can see y'all seeing him. Right on his forehead. Let me move this guy out of the way for a second. Like more range. How's this? Yep. Y'all wonder why I like Gremlin so much? Well, I don't think it's because of the movies anymore. I think the movies are, when you sit there and watch it, the movies are really kind of lame, you know? Well, I think that the creature design, the simplicity of the creature, her humanoid they look, and pretty much what they're all about, just tinkering. It says, they have the gizmo, which I don't really understand the whole thing about the gizmo gremlin, how they made him, and his purpose, because he seems to be like, just the good one. But I mean, how did he get good? Was he always good? I mean, they're gonna make a movie of it, obviously. So if he's the first one they sent, and he's like the one who harbors so much, there's like so much potential. Maybe that's what it is, Maybe the whole ramification of that is so much human potential, and so because there's so much potential a person can do, or what it can do. Hello, good morning. What it can do is you have good versus bad, and good versus the stuff that's just there. And, hello, good morning. Buenos dias. And then so what happens is like when you have the potential of good versus bad, that they have so much. Like it's weird. Like the potential for good outweighs the bad in terms of like how it all works. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. And so what happens with regards to the potential, you have it where you can do a lot of good, but if you do bad, the only thing I could do is expose the bad to light, have the light make sense of it, remedy it, and go back to being good. But it's like in that case, he's also, I guess, would be bad too, because he's a good intention, I guess. Intention that he's going to behave himself, they're going to follow all the rules, and then they're keeping all the rules. There'll be balance in the world. When there's other problems in the world that's not caused by gremlins. So when I look at the movie, and I look at how the movie kind of plays out, you have it where the movie itself is one of those movies where, it doesn't make sense. Because even the good guy is bad, and even the bad guys have some positives, because in the second movie, there was a whole lot of them that became good. Like, for example, the girl gremlin, I guess she's good, She's better than the way it was before, She wasn't like just breaking machines, I guess. Maybe she was breaking hearts or something, I don't know. Whatever it is, like, you have that scenario where it's not just about potential anymore. So I don't know. The movie doesn't have like a real world. As much as I like it, doesn't have a real world relevance. We can actually say, well, this is like this world and this is like that world. No, it's more like there's there's things to it. There's things to it that make it interesting, but that's it. There's no real aspect where it's like you can actually take this movie and run with it and apply it to your life. So because it's like there's no, I mean, the good, bad has to be destroyed, really. So like in a case where you try and touch that to like anything, how our lives work out to be. Sometimes how it works is like you have it where people start off, they're not sure what they're gonna do with themselves, what they're gonna do with their lives, and they tried, like, we watched a movie yesterday, Flaming Hot. My wife and I watched the movie, and so I was like, I don't want to watch this, but then before my wife, she watched it ahead of me, and then she's like, Greg, you have to watch this movie. So I'm like, all right, fine. She started watching it, and it's pretty much, it has the mindset of like the entrepreneurial spirit, and learn how to make money and turn the situation around in your favor, and how when people eat this food, it was like, it's really cool, like a Mexican movie about a guy who was Mexican and having to deal with adversity, deal with adversity. And so, incidentally, when dealing with adversity, he became really good, And I'm not going to spoil the whole movie for you because I think it's really a movie you should go and see. If you know the Spanish curse words and stuff like that, you'll definitely pick up on that. But for the most part, though, it's like, it was a very fun movie to watch. But, people of the entrepreneurial spirit, we who are of the entrepreneurial spirit, we go through struggle, and struggle because there's so many people don't understand. It's like, why don't you just get a job and work? Sometimes you just have to get a job and work, But sometimes you have to kind of like, follow your dreams. I've many years been working and doing stuff in regards to, just life itself. And one thing I found is that people value a job rather than your many people, like some family members of mine, they value a job more than they value the fact of entrepreneurial spirit. But the people who made the job, they had the entrepreneurial spirit. It's kind of one of those things where if you're gonna get what they get, you got to do what they do, right? So maybe you have to get people to come work for you and all that. But the thing is, you have to have the job set up. So you have to have a mindset. You have to be able to sit there and put things together, piece things together. And when you piece things together, you're able to do stuff. So most mindset is this: you have to definitely not just give up or give in. Hello, good morning. Make sure you just don't give up or give in. What you have to do, you just got to go make your art. Go make your art, go do the work. And then when you do the work, you get the blessings, get the benefits of it. So, and something there. But you have to you have to be willing and ready to work. No matter how you slice it, you're going to be ready to work. Everything is about work. So first thing is you have you're working a job for somebody else. But then as life progresses, not only working for somebody else, you start working for yourself. Because you start seeing about what you can do. You start seeing how to improve the system, how to make it better, more efficient, more efficient, more efficient. And that's cool. That's one thing about life. You just become more and more efficient. All right. Now this one here, I did something different. I actually would usually put the seal before I do the paint. But this one I did the paint before I do the seal. It's just a little nuance there, but something you can do too if. So I'm gonna let him dry up for a little bit. I'm gonna paint up his top of his feet, just so that has a seal too, because wherever you don't paint, especially with this kind of paint, this paint seals up together. This is a very nice, very unique paint. It bonds to itself and it forms a seal. It works like the seal of the sealant. And it's not as perfect as the sealant is, but it's cool. It's flexible. It's actually probably even better than the sealant sometimes, because what it does is that it doesn't it sticks to itself and it's flexible, so it can hold the bend and the flex. So this is one of my favorite paints. Alright, so we'll let him dry up for a little bit. Let him dry up for a little bit. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and work on the next part. Let's see, I'm going to let this guy dry for a little bit. Hello, good morning. And then so I'm going to let him dry. Next we're going to go to this side and work on this room. So what happened was this for Sunny. This is my grandma Sunny. What I did was that I did a YouTube. And so I got to hit him with some of this green paint, because what happened was I did some fixing on his face, and then so I'm just going to go ahead and give it some more of a work over. So I'm going to just give it. This is a Martha Stewart glow in the dark paint. Sunny glows in the dark. Make sure your colors are right. So tap it right on your stomach. Yep, same color. So because I added some more stuff to make Sunny a little bit better, gotta go ahead and just paint him some more again. So here's this. So see, that's how it is. You just kind of work on this stuff, and as you're working on it, you just add more details to it. Details, and then you just kind of work on it. So just fix up his colors, give him another paint thing. It's just easy to fix them. It's just a matter of what are you going to do. That's the hardest part. This is why it's sometimes the hardest thing is just starting. When you get started, the hardest thing is stopping, because now you're in motion. You got a rhythm going. Got a sweet rhythm going. You start understanding what you want to accomplish. And then what happens is that you just keep going. I hope the kind of person doesn't take forever to come to say. I mean, they last time I waited 2 hours. I don't know how much phone I have left. Just one power I have. So let me see. This is glow in the dark. So yes, it glows in ultraviolet light, as well as in UV light, as well as in sunlight at night. But at night it definitely glows. and it's like super long and bright glow. So I give it some extra coats of this one. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through and make sure that I have all the details there. You see that? I just love the fact how this works. It's just so nice. Well, so I'm here painting. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna give another coat to this one. I'm trying to figure out what's the best one to go with. I don't want to go with like red demon look because that's just too heavy. I'm pretty much I like the orange. Oranges are just kind of in between. They're not like heavy, you know. But for the most part, though, it's. I hope to do this and it doesn't become troublesome, you know. Doesn't become troublesome. See, this is cool. When you go to a second coat, you get a chance to kind of redo and fix up all the stuff that you didn't do the first time. So, put my chest again, Sonny. Right there. And it's such a cool color, like aqua. What color is this anyway? This is, I don't know what this one is. Certified. Oh, this is, Dragon Bird. Green Dragon. Oh, it's a Green Dragon. Okay. That's the colors. This one's a Green Dragon. The last time when I did it, I was doing graffiti, right? I did some graffiti art, and I went to the place and I saw some more graffiti, and it was really cool. Every like I don't know if it's every month, but every so often they change it. And what happens is I get a chance to see different kind of art on the same wall, and I like that. I like that. And it's like the temporariness of body painting. It's like there's an argument for body paint. There's also an argument for tattoo, I guess. But I mean, I think personally, I like the whole thing of you can get rid of the. I have to do a body paint for you guys. I haven't done that in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Not to mention this, like I'm gonna see if I could resurrect my Patreon and get that going again because, honestly, I had a good thing going. I think for the Patreon, and then now I have more work being done. I can actually have it where people can come and join and see my stuff on my Patreon on my YouTube channel. So I can just make unlisted videos and then have it where people can actually see my art. So. I know, art is such a wonderful thing. It really is. It really, really is. If you really think about how it is, what it does to people, how you're able to freely think and be able to make stuff, I think it's wonderful. I think it's a wonderful skill to have. Ever since I was a kid, I was always been making different kinds of art and artwork. My battery's going low, 15%. I may not be able to make it to the whole end of this. The last night what I did was I didn't charge the battery. I was like, left it. And, well, let's go until I run out, I guess. Right? So I'm gonna give Sunny some glow in dark eyebrows. Alright, just there. Imagine the yellow one is not Sunny. I have to figure out, I'm thinking of a name for it. I had a name before in my head, and I can't remember what name I wanted to give it. The thing is, the problem when you name these gremlins, so you can't give them away if you name them. It's like you name a puppy, or name a chicken or something. Once you do that, you're kind of bound to it. Bound to the chicken. So when I get this done, I'm going to give it a coat of the seal. So I might be able to go just for a little bit, not too long, not too much. But looks like it wants to rain. It has that rain overcast feel. And so it's pretty cool. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to go for a couple more minutes longer before my battery runs out. And pretty much, maybe some of the stuff I'll only be able to get. But I'm gonna see if I could just kind of, maybe I could finish up Sunny. Then maybe I could just more some prints on this one here. So he's got, it dries pretty fast, it does, but it's like, I just want to make sure that it's dry completely before I start manipulate, handle it, mix other paint with it. It's kind of how it is, you always have a thing where you work on something and then you have to take a pause and let it cool. Because, you can't really paint a cake when it's hot, You have to paint a cake when it's cold. This is cake. The cake that you paint when it's cold. So anyway, so back to my whole thing about the Gremlins, when I got into it, was because when I was a kid, my sister showed this to me. My sister was really influential in my life, let me tell you. She was the one for dinosaurs. She was like, taught me a lot of things, and I learned a lot of things from her, And then I got a chance to see her the other day, and it was really cool just being able to see her. She actually came by yesterday, and we spent some time talking and stuff, and she's been down and out a little bit a couple times, but then, God has really helped her out and helped bring her back to where she was. And so, a lot of things where I saying too much, said just enough. You have it where, just seeing my sister again is really cool. It's very encouraging for me. I try not to, let people know how it is, try to hide certain things. You try and keep your feelings and emotions in check because, people can manipulate you if they know what you're hurt by or, you care about. But then again, sometimes it's good if people know what you care about and know where you stand. So it's like one of those things, people know I love my family, I love my wife, I love Jesus, I love art, but it's like sometimes you just need to know that you love your family too, and sometimes you just gotta, people get, weird about that, but for the most part though, it's just one of those things where I thank God for, just being able to do this art, it's just a simple thing, but it means a lot, it means a whole lot, and so when I spend time doing this stuff, I really enjoy it. And then the hard part, I guess, sometimes is selling it because there's certain times you get attached to certain things. And then, hello, good day. Hi, good morning. And then so what happens, you're just selling it because when you get attached to one that you make, it's like every art is a piece of you. It's not just, a dead piece of metal. Like, the movie Speed Racer, I like that a lot. But in the movie, he says that a car is not just a dead piece of metal. It'll tell you what it needs, tell you what it wants to do. And it's pretty true. I don't know how true realistically that is, but it's pretty much, I've driven for a while and I've seen that the car tells you, it whines when it's in pain, it hesitates when it wants to go somewhere, or you're trying to drive. But in my car, it likes to drive fast, even though I don't drive it fast, because praise God, I never got a speeding ticket. But one of the things is like, it's like, I was a taxi driver and I still never got a speeding ticket. So that's something there, there's something there. And just for the most part, though, hello, good morning. And then so what happens is that, how it works is, you just have to, the things that you have, you got to be content for them. You got to thank God for the stuff that you have. And, thank God for every day being a gift. Every day is life. So when you do anything, you do something really well, be whatever it is. I don't think right now, I'm going to do it. Be whatever it is, you do it for the glory of God, That's what the Bible says. Whatsoever you do it all for the glory of God. God be get the glory. God is the one who gave me this talent, that gave me this skill. So it's like, any one of us has a skill and a talent. And it's supposed to be used to bless mankind. That's it, really. You're supposed to inspire people into different things. Good works, the Bible says we're supposed to do as Christians. We're supposed to show everybody how much we love each other, by how much we love each other, or love one another. Because they say love is of God. There's a song that goes, Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love. So, beloved, let us love one another. 1 John 4, 7 and 8. 1 John 4, 7 and 8. Again, I'll just say it again. It says, Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. He that loves not does not know God, for God is love. So, beloved, let us love one another. 1 John 4, 7 and 8. Now, when I talk about love, I'm not talking about like the whole gushy, mushy stuff. It means like caring for another person more than you care about yourself. Just kind of looking out for other people. And that's kind of thing. Every time we make a sale, it's kind of based upon that you're kind of reaching out to the goodness of mankind and hoping that they will reach back and say, okay, you know what? I see the efforts that you've made with the art, And I could also take a commission from you, and you can make something for me. But for the most part, though, we see how your art is and how it works. And, I'd like to give you a value token, which is cash money, back for the art representation that you've done, which is a transaction. And so, incidentally, what happens is you do good for them, you make something nice for them, and then what they do is that they pay you back. They pay you back with money. And use that money to transfer the value because they can't just make something for you on the spot. But they had the money as a value because they did something. They had to go and work and earn that money, or they got it somehow. So the only way to get it, you sell something or you provided a service in order for you to get money. And when you look at money like that, it kind of breaks it all down. It says now, when you provide a good service for somebody, you get a lot of. When you provide not so good service, or pretty much, for example, that doesn't always work too. But it's like the guy Myron Golden was saying. He was talking about how when you have money, what you're able to do is it depends on how you get it, but the ones who get the most are the creatives. Why? Because the creatives are the one who created the job itself. So somebody wanted to. We watched in the movie last night, and they wanted to make Frito-Lay. The whole Frito-Lay organization was made because people like chips and like Cheetos and Fritos and all that stuff. So what happens is, somebody had to think that up. And the person who thinks it up gets all the money, right? Because the person who thinks up it finds a need and fills the need is the one that gets paid primarily for it. So I'm gonna kind of go over and make sure I get all the lines, make sure he's a good solid color. I was gonna change him up and actually give him more of a color, but I don't know how much space I have left on my battery runs out. So right now again, I'm here waiting for the Con Ed person again, but for the most part though, you have it where this is the scenario, this is what we're doing, this is what we're working on, and this is the art that we do. But for the most part, what I'm saying is like you have it where somebody has to think up an idea. Any job that you work, somebody had to sit there and think it over, had to think it through, think it over, had to make it into a thing. So they had to go through all kind of adversity to make that job. So if you have a person that makes a restaurant, right? That person makes a restaurant want to solve the problem of feeding a person, of giving people food. So what they do is that person, provides the idea. But first, they got to work, got to implement. They got to do their feet work. Got to go ahead and be that person to apply. Hello, good morning. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm doing good. First, have a good day. And then so, what happens is like as you're working on stuff, what you find is that you have to work twice as hard because you're the implementer, the one who has the idea, right? So if you have the idea and you're implementing the idea, you need to work to make it realistic. Like for example, in order for there to be something to make from, you have to have something there as a platform. Talk about like how God had to let there be this. Let me set up the arena. Let me do this. Let me set up the earth before He actually put people on it. People were like one of the last things He made, and the last thing He made was women. Last thing He created was women. But for the most part, though, before that, He had to establish life and then a place for them to live. And then He established, the Bible says, He separated the earth, the firmament from the waters above from the waters below. So He set up the terrarium earth that we live on. So He set up that up. He separated the waters below, dry land. He put the fruit trees. Then He created the sun, moon, and stars. Right? Because on day 4 He created the sun, moon, and stars. Day 5 He created the sea creatures and the birds. Right? Then on day 6 He created all the land animals, and the last thing He made was man. And it said last thing He said, it was not good for man to be alone. So He put Adam to sleep, and he took one of Adam's ribs and became a woman. So the very, very last thing that God made was a woman. Save the best for last, right? Let's see. So let me see. Is my phone still on? Okay, good. Is my phone still on? Did it shut off? Right. Oh, I'm still recording. Great. All right, people. What I'm gonna do? I am gonna have to stop here. My battery's running low. So, here's I have this. I'm only able to finish up. But just want to let you know that this is how much it's going so far. I had to put my phone into the car, so I have to keep it going. But here you go. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. Unfortunately, I won't be able to finish this right now because I'm running out of juice. But God bless you, and I'll keep working and let you know how it goes. All right. So peace out. God bless you. Bye bye.